Waiting for you.
All right. Welcome to the People's Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm Doug By, here as always with Mike Rossi, Joey G Money, and Andrew Garganese. This is our Christmas episode, boys.
Merry Christmas, fellas.
Merry Christmas, boys.
Are you guys ready?
So I think
For
this
Christmas.
Yeah, no, I'm ready for Christmas.
for Christmas and the episode.
I love it, man. This is my favorite holiday. So
Yeah, same.
Don't give away things, Joe. We're going to be talking about all this during the show.
my bad.
You're probably an evil person. If this isn't your favorite holiday.
Think so?
That's my opinion. Yeah.
I thought a
definitely.
lot of people had Thanksgiving up there. All right, so the entire show is going to be pretty Christmas holiday related. We're going to have rapid fire Mike's Padlock. We got a Christmas movies draft, which is going to be a lot of fun. And Joe's Beef and Andy's Mount Rushmore to end the show. So let's start it out with rapid fire, unless we want to discuss the first round of the fantasy playoffs this past weekend.
Ready for fantasy playoffs. Yes, we can discuss that. Yes. Thought you wanted
Yeah,
to
we can
discuss
talk
something
about it.
else.
Well, we
I
can
mean, I
discuss
got
that
nothing
too.
to talk about with fantasy playoffs, so this is all you guys.
Joe, you were out in both, huh? You just did the two?
Injury bug was too much for me to overcome. I didn't spend my waiver money early when I should have, and it fucked me.
You didn't listen to us. The three of us said to do
Yeah.
that.
No,
That
no.
was not your
Yeah.
strategy.
He was a
Yeah.
strong proponent of I save my money, you know? and
Yes,
just-
he definitely was.
I'm gonna change that too next year.
Yeah.
Now next year, just everybody's gonna blow their load the first week. It's just gonna be
Yeah.
a mess. Joe, I will say that I think you might have drafted the best team in my league. You just got slaughtered by injuries. He drafted a really good team. J.K. Dobbins went down, Chubb went down, and he still was kind of.
Aaron Jones did not play at all.
No, he
I
did
would say that's not a good draft then.
Wow.
because
Yeah,
of injuries.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks. Because
Aaron
you could predict
Aaron
injuries.
Jones,
You're right.
You could have predicted Aaron Jones' injury. He's injured
J.K.
every year.
Dobbins also an injury-prone player.
You're
so
a
far in his
fortune
career.
teller.
Yeah.
I forgot. I will channel my fortune teller
No,
next year
I'm
like
just-
you.
All I'm saying is I'm not giving you credit for picking injured guys. That's all I'm saying.
All right, and do we want to talk about the Eagles?
Yeah, I mean,
Rapid fire.
what
Let's
a
go.
what a waste of a game blowing that at the end like that. You let Drew Lock drive downfield on you. That's a shame.
I did let
Yeah.
him do that to me.
They got 2 games against the Giants here in the last 3 weeks, right? So it's like if you can right the ship going into the playoffs, that is the schedule you're begging for.
Here's my thing with that
Ah,
though.
man.
So their last 3 games are Giants twice, and there's another bad team. I can't remember who is it.
Yeah.
Mike, do you know? Anyways, if
I
you
don't
win those
remember
3
somebody.
games, are you really going to feel good about yourself going into the playoffs? Like, oh, I can beat scrubs, but I can't beat anyone who's
Shipping a chair. Shipping a chair. You know, they look
Yeah.
good, then they got a little lucky. Now they're losing games, but they're still, I think we all agree, still a talented,
Oh, they're
well-coached
still
team
good. Yeah,
that
they're
can
still-
Oh, talented team,
Win.
but they definitely had 2 more games that they should have lost.
If
yeah,
they
I mean, whatever.
if they can cut if they come out of the NFC East somehow, right? Because all they need is to win out and the Cowboys to lose one game.
Lose
They'll be
one,
the 2
yeah.
seed. If they're the 2 seed, then I'm pretty confident that. But the 1 seed, they really needed that because you can tell Jalen just needs some time to rest that knee, and he's just not going to get it. So my expectations for this year went from way the fuck up there to I went into last night and the way they started that game 10-0. I even told my fiance who knows nothing and couldn't care
Not
less
a
about
drop.
sports. I just said they're gonna lose this game. You can tell from the way they're playing, they're gonna lose this fucking game. So I expected it. I just hope they can turn it around a little bit.
What was her response to that?
And she said, Mike,
smiled and
I'm
laughed at
watching. I'm trying to watch this. Can you please get out of the room?
You're ruining the game for the rest of us. All right. Enough Eagles talk. Let's jump on to rapid fire. You guys ready?
Ready?
We've been pretty good these last couple weeks.
I
right.
don't know if anybody else is keeping track, but I'm not. No one's keeping track of it.
No. I don't mean that. I mean,
Oh,
He
okay.
meant- He meant time-wise.
I mean,
Oh, time-wise. Got it.
Time-wise
All
we've been good. I don't know what the hell if we're right on any of these.
Did anybody
But
tally the pick six for last week while we're talking about
I
things that
did.
we forget to do? Okay, all right.
oh, you did?
Yeah, Joe won. Joe won this week. He
Joe
had
safe.
because what'd you have? 19, Joe?
Yeah, I only had the only one I missed on was my 2-pointer. I took Saquon over Kamara. Everything else I hit.
Well done. All right,
Thank
let's
you,
do the
sir.
rapid fire. Question 1: buy or sell having football games on Christmas Eve?
Bye.
Bye.
Sal,
Bijan Robinson versus Indy or King Henry versus Seattle?
Bijan.
Bijan,
Over under a half a touchdown for Sam Laporta at Minnesota.
over.
Under.
Over.
Baker Mayfield at Jacksonville or Matthew Stafford versus New Orleans?
Stafford.
Baker.
Baker,
Buy or sell James Cook is a first rounder next season.
Bye.
Sell.
Sal,
Over under 3 total touchdowns for Jalen Hurts versus Giants.
Bye.
Over.
under.
Devontae
Over.
Adams, Devontae Adams at Kansas City or Waddle versus Dallas.
Waddle.
Waddle,
Deontay Adams.
Over under
Adams.
seven receptions for CD Lamb at Miami.
Over.
Over.
James Conner at Chicago or Austin Eckler versus Buffalo.
Connor.
Connor.
Connor,
Buy or sell Christmas is the number 1 holiday.
Bye. Bye.
Sell.
Bye.
Oh, we
Sell.
got to sell. All right.
Silly
is
boy.
Yeah.
He got
Good job.
cold
Um,
one year.
There was a couple of comical answers in there that I couldn't help myself in.
Well, Doug, first of all, did you mean James Cook is he going to be a first rounder, or would you pick him in the first round?
Is he going to be?
Isn't that the same
Yeah,
thing?
it's basically
if
the
you
same
pick
thing.
him
No,
in the first
so,
round, then
is
he's
he gonna
going
be
to be a
projected-
first rounder.
Is he
Yeah.
going to be projected in the first round? Okay,
Yes.
that's what I didn't know if you meant. Like, would you pick him in the first round, or is he going to
No.
be projected?
No.
And then the second one, when I fucked up Devontae Adams, I had no idea what second
Adams.
name you said, and I was trying to think about it, and I just picked Devontae Adams just because I didn't know who the other guy was.
It was Devontae Adams and Waddle.
yeah, I got it afterwards.
I don't know, man. James Cook, I think, is a super talented player. And if they start using him the way they should have been using him all year, I wouldn't mind having him in the back end, I think, because he's doing everything that you thought, Mike, Tony Pollard was going to do this year, right?
He is. Well,
Hey,
right now
number
he
two
is.
in
Right
rushing.
now he is. Right now he is. But I mean, even for the season, I bet it's pretty good after that last freaking game.
Yeah.
It
Like I
was-
said,
it
he's
was
number
quietly
2 in
pretty good
rushing
before
yards
that
on the
game.
season.
It was quietly pretty good before that too.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know. I could see the Bills going out and picking up or drafting or picking up a free agent or trading for a better wide receiver to go with Steph Diggs. And if that happens, they just put it right back into JA's hands.
I think a
Gabe
lot of that
Davis
has
is just
Gabe Davis is he's I think
he's the
done.
most odd football player I've ever the most odd fantasy player ever.
Well, it's either
He's
23 points
30?
or 0, right?
Yeah,
That's what it
it's
is.
it's so weird.
Yeah, it is. But I think a lot of that on what the Bills are going to do in the offseason has to do with what's going to happen in this playoffs, right?
God, yeah.
So it's hard to predict. All right.
If they
Mike's
get in.
padlock. What's that, Andy?
They got to get in first.
They got to get
Right.
in first. Yeah.
Then we'll worry about everything else after.
It is insane that they might not get in because I do think that they're probably the second best team in the NFL right now. They're playing that
You
way.
still
at
got a
least.
chance at the division. There's so many possibilities. Yeah, they could not get in, but they could also win the division and end up being a 2 seed possibly.
Well, if Dallas beats the Dolphins this weekend, that's going to be pretty close, right? It's
Mhm.
going to get
Yeah.
close now.
They play the Dolphins week 18, so
But
I
it's
guess
in
leave the
Miami, and
Dolphins
we
to
all
lose.
know what Dallas does on the road now.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Andy, if they have the same record, is it set on one team getting the division, or does that
it would
last
come
game
down to-
matter?
It would come down to it comes down to the last game because if the Bills win, they get it. Assuming they beat the Patriots, which I think we all assume is going to happen,
Yeah, they got what? Chargers and Pats left.
and then the Dolphins.
I hope it comes down to that. That'd be a great game. All right, Michael. You said before the show you're not really sure where the hell you're going with this, so I'm curious to see where you go with this.
It's a fucking
I mean,
wild
we're doing
card.
this episode on a Tuesday, so I don't really want to give fantasy advice, but
Mike's
My
padlock of the week. Let's
padlock.
see what you got.
my padlock of the week is that I'm gonna kick Matt's fucking ass this week in your league, Doug. We're in the quarterfinals. Matt has been on the episode a few times, and I'm just going to kick his ass. I have CMC. I got Bijan. They're both going to go off. I got Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle. I got some good matchups here, and I can just feel my team putting up a nice 160 spot and maybe doubling his score. If I don't beat him by 50, I'll be surprised.
What did Bijan do this past week? Negative 0.10.
I was just gonna say Arthur Smith is still the coach there, right?
It's all right. I can see Bijan. I picked Bijan in the rapid over. I mean, Derrick Henry also had a terrible week, but I think Bijan is going to get his this week. I think Arthur Smith he's making a mirage and he's going to come out and give him the workload.
No, I will say this is a Mike team. It's a boomer bust team. This is a Mike team for sure. It's either 200 points or 100.
A jar for next year when Mike falls in love with a player and then just dies on that hill. You know, dude, we just gotta we'll just pick 2 players that we know he's gonna love this year. We could have got.
If I win the championship though, then I died on top of that hill. I was the king of the mountain.
Kyle Pitts.
I'll die up there. Go down with the ship, you know.
All right, let's win a game first. Let's see. Yeah. I think we're all rooting for Matt now, though. I think we can say that pretty clearly.
I was rooting
sure.
for Matt way before that.
Yeah, I was doing it prior to that.
Yeah, I didn't know they were playing.
Well, Doug, you're still in it, so you're rooting for Matt because you're scared of me in the finals. That's a different reason.
I'm not so sure I'm going to get to the finals. My opponent's pretty damn good. And honestly, Andy, you have a better chance of winning it all than I do. So
my team, both 3 leagues, I was really good in. The 2 top teams I had they laid down the last couple of weeks in that first round of the playoffs. I did not have a good end to the season, and the one team I have still alive is very boomer bust. So,
what league is it?
You're not in it. It's in a different league, with, like all the buddies from childhood,
real friends,
real people I enjoy.
I'm not allowed in that one.
All right. You guys want to do this Christmas movie draft?
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
Mike, how are we doing this? Can you explain it to the people? Because this was your idea,
sure.
And then we switched the category to something different.
Man.
But this was originally your idea.
I mean, we're just gonna do a little Christmas draft. We have a list of Christmas movies, and we're gonna go snake draft 4 rounds. So 16 movies are gonna be picked. And that's it. I mean, there's not really much to it. And then we determined the order pre-draft. Pre-episode.
Yeah.
Should have whiteboarded that list, man.
No, I mean, everyone knows Christmas movies, right?
It's just Christmas movies.
Yeah, but we have a set list that we picked from. That's all I'm saying.
No, that was just
you can go off that
standard
list, Joe.
that I threw out there. Yeah, you can
Jesus
go off
Christ.
Well, Joe, is there any one that you can think of that's
Joe's gonna
off
take
that
a
list?
terrible movie. Joe has number one
it's
gonna be a
I have
bad
a couple
fucking movie.
movies that are terrible, probably that I would put in mine. But
Guys,
I might stay
hold
away
on.
from them. We'll see how the draft goes.
Let me know if I'm missing anyone's favorites, and I'll add them and get rid of some bum movies on here. Joe, that was a text I sent to the group.
I'm not making any more suggestions, Sassy, after earlier in the week. I wasn't making
Well, it's
any
how
more
you make-
suggestions for anything.
It's how you make suggestions. That wasn't a suggestion. That was calling me out for something. That's what that was. No suggestion in there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're an asshole. That's what I'm talking about.
So Andy said before the show that he thinks that the number 1 consensus is the same for all of us. So I'm curious to see how that goes. How we play.
I
that
think
out.
the one that he's talking about, I think it's my number 2, but
Okay.
all right, who has
Right.
first pick again? Joe.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. With, yep. So Joe's
Something
first
terrible.
pick. Joe's first pick. Andy's second pick. Mike's third. I'm fourth, and we're gonna snake draft it. And we're gonna do four movies each. And Joe, you are on the clock.
So it's a tough decision between 3 of them for me. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't, just in case one of the 3 isn't.
Could
in
slip
some
back.
movies.
Yeah.
This might surprise. I'm going Home Alone, man. I watched it before this. I'm going Home Alone for my top one.
That's what Andy was talking about.
Yeah,
That's the one he
Is
was
that the
thinking.
one? That's the one you had?
I don't,
Okay.
I don't know why you're
Yeah.
acting like it's so controversial. Fucking unbelievable fucking drama there for no fucking reason.
Because
All right.
there's two other ways I could have gone here. So I'm hoping one
Yeah, but
slips.
that's consensus number one. Andy, he gave the biggest clue when he said for people around our age. That's Home Alone.
So
we
let-
grew
let
up
me-
with Home Alone.
Yeah, let me talk about that real quick. It's not mine
Well, that's because
But
you're
My
60.
number two.
because I'm 60. That's right.
'Cause you're 60.
But my son, my 6-year-old son, loves it. So it
Great
holds
movie.
up. It's a
Oh,
Oh,
movie.
it definitely does. Yeah.
All right, Andy, you're on the clock.
All right. I'm going with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original, the cartoon, not the Jim Carrey.
Wow.
That is my number one overall pick.
Wow.
coming.
Cartoon.
Not
yeah.
even on my list.
I like it. No, I
Woo.
like that. That's a great one.
Classic.
All right.
So that movie's
I
only
feel-
like 23 minutes long, though, by the way. I think it's so short.
That's
Wait,
why
is it really?
Yeah.
Flash
That
in
is-
the pan.
Yeah.
It's like 6 times my attention span. So
It's because of
perfect for me.
commercials, and it was just a half-hour like special back in
I
like
didn't
the
know
60s.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah.
All right,
All
Mike.
right.
That is
My number one fell to me at 3, so this is perfect. I'm going Christmas Vacation. It's the greatest Christmas
was-
movie.
That was
Of
my
all
number one.
time?
That's my number one. Yeah.
And it's not falling to you, Doug. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of that movie.
Same.
Yeah, that was
Don't
one
like
of the top 3 debate.
don't like it. Think it stinks.
Don't like it.
Not
Wow.
my do not draft list. It's on my DND.
Wow.
fun.
Wow.
Do not
That is-
draft.
I'll tell you what. There's another one that's going to get drafted, also on my do not draft list.
I see.
Unbelievable.
I
If it's what
question
I
your
think it
humor
is.
now a little bit.
I don't
now,
know.
Andy.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
I like your
Yeah,
humor. I
terrible.
like your
I
humor.
don't know if I can do this podcast anymore if it's what I think it is.
It's just not
Somebody's
funny.
throwing stuff in the background.
Someone's angry.
Unbelievable.
His wife just left him.
The movie is just not funny, boys.
I love it.
Well, I got a back to back here, so I got to be careful with this one. My number one was Christmas Vacation. If I'm going number one for sure, I'm gonna go Elf,
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm, mhm.
and then because I've been seeing it a lot lately, because both of my sons are obsessed with it, I'm going Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I
Don't
have
like it.
trouble with this on this list because I can never make up
So-
my mind if it's Christmas or Halloween.
It's both.
But I
That's what's so. That's
I
what's so great.
fucking
About
love
it.
that movie.
That's what's
I
so great
absolutely
about it.
love
Hate
that
the
movie.
movie, and I don't think it's a Christmas movie.
Oh, Doug, you
Hate it.
robbed me of it.
This is DND for me.
It's a great
wow.
movie.
And it's a genius thing that he did because he can have it for Halloween and for Christmas. So
Just play for 3 straight months and nobody complains.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Mike,
Wow.
you were going which way were you going?
I'm all fucked up right
Were
now.
you going Elf
It's
or were you
me.
go- Which one were
This
you
is
going?
like
No.
the mock
He's
draft
on
we
tilt.
did before the
It's real
season.
on tilt.
Mike's
It's
on
real
tilt
life
on
all
the first
over
2
again.
rounds.
I was going The Nightmare Before Christmas. That's one of my favorites. Yeah. I'm gonna play a little game that
Hope it comes back to me.
I'm gonna hope somebody comes back to me because that's the game I like to
it.
play.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go Bad Santa.
I, like
I
it.
don't think Bad Santa was coming back to me.
I was hoping it got to me,
No.
but
I wasn't
Figure
going. Either one of my picks, I wasn't.
I
going.
think Andy's a
I
big
think
Bad
Andy would have
Santa
taken
guy.
him with one.
I wanted
That's
it
a
on
funny
my
fucking
list.
movie.
Yeah,
It's a funny fucking
it is.
movie.
It is. That's a great
Unlike
movie.
Christmas Vacation.
I can't believe that. Okay, Andy, go ahead.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Let's skip Andy because of his take on Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, right.
Let's
I
go.
agree. He loses a pick.
You guys.
his list is not valid
Yeah.
anymore.
Number 2 for me, Rudolph.
Wow, he's going 2 classics.
Old school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude is
This-
going. Oh, I
this is
did
back
not see this.
What
at
I enjoyed,
all.
when you're a kid and you fucking love Christmas, these are the things that were
You're
playing.
right. You're not wrong. Not wrong. About
Now I
these.
just get fucking hammered on Christmas Eve and Christmas is miserable. And so
Now, I didn't really talk about Elf much, but that is turning into a classic, right? That's 20 years old. this
No,
year.
it is a classic. It's a classic
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
Classic.
in
I
there.
fucking love Val.
I'm not a big Will Ferrell guy, but that movie is very good.
I like Will Ferrell.
Yeah. How do you not? Why
You're a
don't you
moron.
like Will Ferrell?
I mean, Anchorman
Another
and
not
Step
funny guy.
Brothers, they're hilarious.
It's stupid humor, is what it is. You have to be in the mood.
Oh, for
it,
sure.
But I like it. Okay, Joseph, what's your number 2?
I have a feeling this is gonna be the other movie Andy doesn't like.
2 and 3.
Um,
You're on the turn.
but this isn't my top 3. Give me A Christmas Story, man.
Yeah, terrible.
Fuck,
Terrible movie.
I don't like
fucking-
that one.
Awful movie.
I'm off on that one.
I can watch it. It's 24 hours, and I could watch it. I could let it run the whole day.
It's boring.
I
To me,
love
it's
A
boring.
Christmas
That's a
Story.
boring
Joe,
movie.
I
could
let
play
it.
for 24 hours and I wouldn't smile one time.
Oh my god,
Movie sucks.
unbelievable! Movie's great.
I let A Christmas Story pass me by because I thought that I knew Andy didn't like it because that's just who Andy is. He doesn't like movies like that. I just knew that. And I had a hunch that you didn't like it. So I thought it was going to
I
get
love
back
it.
to me.
I love it. Love
Hey,
it.
Joe, what's your third? You got another one?
Man, third. I gotta be smart with this because so many movies are gonna be gone by the time it comes back. Ah.
I'm going to type Joe's before he says it.
Joe's gonna lose it again. Here we go.
I'm going.
We got Joe on tilt now.
I'm gonna go How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey version.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Jim Carrey, man. He killed it.
That's, yeah.
Did very
Solid.
well. Good movie.
Joe, you got some classics on your list.
Yeah, man. I like my list a lot. What'd
He
you
seems
write
feeling
down?
strong about it.
I can't write it because it's still there.
Okay, okay.
What- If it gets picked, I'll say it. I mean, I can't say it because it's still there.
We're,
All right, who's up?
So it's Andy.
We're on
It's
me.
Andy again.
We're on
Andy's
me.
back.
All right. Another
Which
classic.
cartoon is he going to go this time?
Another
Doesn't it-
classic.
Oh,
What?
he did pick two. Never mind. Sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Pipe down.
Shut up.
Like an idiot. Another classic with the greatest fucking soundtrack in any Christmas movie history. Give me a Charlie Brown Christmas, number 3.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
yeah, that's a good
All
one.
right.
You are going completely childhood.
He's old school.
Throwback,
Yeah, he's
like,
going real old school here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I did not see this from you at all, Andy.
Bro, I got
Wow.
classics.
Okay, Mike, right now I think you have the 2
Old
funniest
soul.
ones on there. For me,
Yeah.
you have the 2 funniest movies. Where you going, number 3?
I'm going Home Alone 2.
That's a
Okay.
solid one. What was Mike's second one?
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Home Alone 2, good pick. You got a solid draft.
It's
Yeah,
one of the
you
better
can't- I
one of the
mean-
better sequels.
It
Mm,
is. It
agree
is.
with that,
It's
agree with
debate.
that.
I do like the first one better, but
All right.
it could go either way.
Yeah.
I'm happy with either one on.
All right. It's slim pickings now.
Yeah, we're tight.
We are right now. And I got 2 picks. So I'm gonna go Scrooge for my first one. 'Cause I like
Bill Murray.
I
Love
like
Bill
Christmas
Murray,
Carol.
man.
Love Bill Murray.
Yep. Yep. Good pick. Good pick.
And for my final pick, do I go classic? Where am I going here? I'll go classic because I did love this one as a kid. I'm gonna go Frosty the Snowman.
Ah,
You is that the last like
That was-
classic?
Yeah, he was
cartoon
waiting for
one?
it, waiting for it to come back.
That was
Yeah.
rounding me out.
Yeah.
That was rounding me out.
It would've-
Now I'm scrambling.
You would have had all
I
the kids
punted on
votes.
tight end. I punted on tight end. And now they're all gone, and I don't know what to do.
All right, Mike. Who's your final pick? So is anybody going to go off the board here? Is anyone going to pick a controversial Christmas movie?
Now that I
Yeah.
know
Okay.
I can, I think
No, I'm not going off the list.
I
And
just
I
mean
made the list,
controversial
obviously.
Christmas.
Oh,
movie.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going Gremlins
Mm.
for my
Ah.
fourth.
There you
I
go.
knew
fucking
you were
love
gonna
that
do it.
movie.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Yep.
It's such a good movie.
Great movie.
It's. I mean,
just-
it's terrible. Don't get me wrong. The
Yeah,
movie is
bad
fucking
movie, but
terrible. But
entertaining.
it's a
movie.
great watch around the holidays. Yeah.
I love that movie. I don't.
Right.
You know, that's the same thing with Die Hard. I just
Yeah, I
can't
can't
call
get
them
them in
Christmas
Christmas. I agree with that.
No. No.
Yeah.
Okay, Andy,
Uh,
where you going?
fuck. I don't know. I don't know.
You might have hurt your votes
There's-
though if people actually
there's
vote
one
for
left.
these, Mike, because
Mhm,
people are
mhm.
not going to vote for that as a Christmas movie.
That's okay.
All right. I'm going with a I'm up at Christmas
I
Carol.
love that one
And
too.
that's
Yep.
and that's
Yep.
rounding me out.
Yeah.
I snuck
This fucking
Laporta in
guy.
the 12th. I'm good.
Oh, damn.
And
Why
another
did
classic.
you just slur that? Wow.
I got
That's
classics.
some list, Andy.
That
I
is.
got fucking classics.
All right,
Joe,
Joe.
round us
So
out.
Final pick.
if I was going for votes, I'd go Polar Express because it's a great fucking movie. But I'm gonna go with what my all-time favorite Christmas movie is, and you have to have a version of A Christmas Carol in your list. I feel like it's just too good of a story, and I oddly love the Disney version that's animated. That Jim Carrey is Scrooge and does the voice of Scrooge.
Sensing a theme here.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
the fucking best. So we're going with the Disney's A Christmas Carol.
Disney's A
Joe's
Christmas Carol.
Joe's favorite sci-fi movie, the number 23. Joe's favorite.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God,
god,
it really
what a
is.
fucking good
That's a-
movie. No,
The
that's
Mask.
fucking. I fucking love that movie.
When that
serious?
movie came out, he was raving about how it's the greatest movie of all time. That's not a
Fucking
So he's
joke.
just in
awesome
love.
movie.
He's
That
just in love with
movie-
Jim Carrey.
that
That's all.
movie-
That's all this is.
Phenomenal.
Do you own any of
Fuck
Jim Carrey's
no.
artwork?
No, I'm actually.
purchased
This
any?
is gonna surprise you. I'm not that big of a Dumb and Dumber guy.
That
It-
is
His
dumb.
number one film. It's the one you
Yeah.
don't-
I'm not that big of a fan of it.
Yeah. The Polar Express, by the way, it is a classic, but the animation is so bad in
I
that
don't
movie for some
like- I
reason.
don't
No,
love it
but
either.
when it
The
came
Tom
out,
Hanks one
it
we
was
talked
so
about?
good,
It was-
Rossi.
I don't know.
The
It
best
came out.
animated movie. That's all they talked about when it came
It's
out.
I don't
different because it's
think
different.
so.
Yeah, it is different.
I don't know.
Go back. I'm
No,
telling
no,
you.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying it's not
Get
true.
in
what
your
you're saying.
time machine. Go back and watch it then.
Well,
but
it's one
didn't
of
that come
those-
out after Toy Story. I think Toy Story animation's better than that.
Oh, it
Wasn't
definitely
Toy
came
Story
out
like
after
the first
that.
one.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah,
definitely
it
came out well after
Toy
that.
Story.
I don't know. Their eyes were so far apart for some reason. I didn't get it.
What was the movie you wrote down earlier that you thought I
It
was
was-
put?
It was Die Hard. I thought you were gonna pick Die Hard.
Fuck, no, I don't. I'm not. It's not a Christmas movie.
Great movie though.
Great
I'm all
movie.
on board.
Great movie. Not a Christmas.
And I thought
movie.
Jingle All the Way would be on your list because it's just a.
Jingle
I-
All the Way is awful.
I almost
I
went
thought
Jingle
you
all
would
the way.
like it.
I almost went
Somebody-
Jingle all the way. I like
I
it.
thought
Somebody,
I thought you would like
Stop.
it.
somebody put it on. Somebody told me I forget who I was having this conversation with, and they picked that as their favorite Christmas movie. And I said,
Ugh.
"You're a fucking terrible human being because that movie is terrible."
I mean, that's
Probably,
extreme,
probably
Joe.
better than
What's-
Christmas Vacation though.
No,
What-
not,
Andy,
oh my
Doug,
God,
what's
that's
your
ludicrous.
wife's favorite Christmas movie? Is it Respectable?
My wife,
Is it respectable?
I would say,
Yeah,
I would say a Nightmare Before Christmas is hers.
Okay, that's
Burton.
very,
Oh, really?
very respectable.
Burton
Yeah.
is named Burton after Tim Burton, not a
Oh,
Snowbird yet.
wow.
No,
Okay.
my wife's is Christmas Vacation. She's with me on that.
Okay, that's very, very respectable. Yeah. Kristen's
Nope.
is the Santa Claus, which it's okay, but
I'm not. Yeah.
Not the
So
greatest.
that's one of the ones I was left out. Another one. Have you guys seen the new Grinch animated one? The one that came out like 5 years ago or so. That was
Yeah,
really good.
Bits and
2018. It's
pieces.
decent. It's
Yeah, that one was
decent.
really good.
hey,
I have
Boy Named
children,
Christmas was a
so
good
if
movie
there's
that
a-
came out
If there's
recently.
a Christmas movie that came out in the past 7 to 10 years, I haven't seen.
Well, it looks like the past like 50 years from your list.
Classic. Classics though. I'm timeless, boys. I'm gonna be around forever.
All right, so let me give it a quick rundown. Yeah, I did write them all down. So, Joe, you went Home Alone, you went Christmas Story,
Yep.
with Jim Carrey's Grinch, and a
Yep.
Disney's Christmas Carol. So that's
Yep.
Joe's
With Jim Carrey.
with
Okay,
Jim
okay.
Carrey. I'm sorry, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So everything Jim Carrey. So it's a solid team.
Yeah.
Andy, you went the original Grinch.
Classic.
You went Rudolph.
Historic.
You went Charlie Brown's Christmas,
Amazing.
and then the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Dude, I'm fucking crushing anybody else. There's just no way around it. I'm going undefeated this season.
If there's
This
any
is-
95-year-olds that follow our page, they're definitely voting for Andy.
Your team is amazing.
All right, Mike, you got Christmas Vacation, Bad Santa, Home Alone 2, and Gremlins.
That's terrible. That's the worst list so far.
And
Oh, shut up.
then I went
Terrible team.
Elf, Nightmare Before Christmas, Scrooge, and Frosted Snowman. All right.
Love Frosty. Yeah.
So we'll get those up on the Instagram, and we'll have a vote to see who did the best, right?
Yeah,
Maybe we'll get,
I'm
like,
gonna
3 people
I'm
to
gonna
vote
say
on.
Joe gets the most votes.
Is that what you're looking at right now? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
think
say
so.
Joe gets the most votes. Yeah.
I don't know who wins, but I'm pretty sure Mike comes in last.
I think Mike comes in last too. I'm not gonna lie. Gremlins.
I have
killed me.
I have so many Instagram accounts. There's gonna be 20 people voting for me.
Home Alone 2 and Gremlins, that might have faded you a little bit.
Now I think Home Alone 2 is a known classic. People love that movie.
It is, but
Home
it's
Alone
the second
3.
one. It's the second one. That's the thing, Joe
That's
got the
alright.
Joe got the original. And I love Bad Santa, but that's a controversial one, I think, a little bit, right? Some people rubs them the
I
wrong
don't
way,
know.
maybe.
I'd say fantasy
hysterical.
footballers like Bad Santa. That's like the same class of people.
The low class.
Idiots. Dumb people.
Morons.
Just some dumbasses.
Shit.
All right, boy. That was fun.
That was.
I'm curious to see what people think about it. So get that on there tonight, Mike. Will you please?
I almost think we should just stop fantasy football and just do random podcasts.
Just do lists.
We're way better at just random shit than we are at fantasy football, guys. Let's be honest here.
It's becoming
Yeah,
clear.
after-
It's becoming clear.
After my performance in the playoffs, I think I'm gonna agree. Fucking A.
All right, Joe. What are you beefing about this week?
Oh God, we're transitioning from
Yeah,
heartwarming Christmas
Yeah,
movies
yeah.
to my
And then we're
beef
gonna
of
go
the week.
Angry Joe. Joe's beef of the week.
Jesus Christ. Oh man. So you know why the MVP award, the most valuable player award, when it's really the top quarterback award. That's what this award has turned into. MVP is not giving it to the best player in the league. It's just a quarterback one. I don't know if they should give a separate one for different positions and do a quarterback MVP separate, but something's got to change because the fact that guys like Christian McCaffrey, who I think should be the no-brainer MVP right now, is not getting enough consideration. When you talk about MVP right now, it's between Purdy, it's between Dak, and it's between Lamar for most people. To me, it doesn't make sense. Christian McCaffrey is leading the league in rushing. The next closest is 300 yards behind him, and James Cook. He's tied for the league lead in total touchdowns with Mostert. He's got 13 rushing and he's got 7 receiving. As far as receiving yards for running backs, he's number 1. He's got 70 more yards than the next, which I can't remember who it was. I know Kamara was 3rd. I forget who was 2nd though. Kamara is the only one who probably would catch him, I think. And he's got the most yards of scrimmage of anybody in the league. The only person who's close to him is Tyreek. Now, Tyreek did miss a game, but that's why I honestly think Tyreek should be in the conversation too. If my 3 guys would be Tyreek, Christian McCaffrey, and then it would depend how they do the rest of the way, but it would be either Dak or Lamar. Purdy, there's too many other guys on this team to give it to Brock Purdy, I feel. I'm not taking anything away from the kid. Kid's a great quarterback. I think he's going to be a solid quarterback for years to come. But if this team doesn't have all those weapons around it, he can't take over the game on his own if McCaffrey and one of those guys are out. If the other guys are out and it's McCaffrey, I think McCaffrey still can take over the game with the offensive line that they have and the scheme that they have. I don't think we've seen a guy as skilled as Christian McCaffrey with what he can do in the running back position. Honestly, I compare him to a guy like LT or Marshall Faulk with what he does with rushing and receiving. But it's just a joke. The fact that he's like 4th or 5th in any even consideration for MVP makes no sense when he is the best, most talented player in the league on the best team in the league. So if that's not who we're giving the award to, then it's not most valuable player because that is exactly what he is. And it's got right now the favorite is the quarterback on the best team in the league, which has been the tendency with the award. So it's either got to change, we got to get different people in there voting on it, or they got to do a separate award because it's not justice.
Separate award. I agree 100% with getting a separate award.
Yeah, you got to do something. It's got to change.
Yeah, we all agree. I think we all agree that CMC should be the MVP this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
look at what was the year that Cooper Cup had those ridiculous numbers. For
Yeah.
Cooper Cup not to win
2 years
MVP
ago.
that year, that's insane. I mean, if
who won it?
Tyreek
Do we
didn't
know?
get hurt,
think that was Mahomes.
Was that Lamar?
Was it Mahomes?
Or was it Mahomes?
2 years.
Lamar didn't win it. Lamar won it in like 2019. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he won a
Lamar-
while ago.
so
Yeah.
now
Oh,
what?
Aaron Rodgers. It was Aaron Rodgers.
Last year
Rodgers,
was
okay.
Mahomes. 2 years ago was
Yeah.
Rodgers.
It was Rodgers. Yeah, no.
3 years ago.
Cooper
Mahomes?
Cup all day. Should have got that.
Yeah, I agree.
I
with
just
that
don't.
as
I
well.
don't understand. I don't understand like what MVP even stands for anymore. Is it like most valuable player in the league? Is it supposed to be like the best player in the league, or is it most valuable player for their team's success?
Yeah.
Like who contributes
No.
the most to their team's overall success?
Yeah,
Like,
That's
I
where
don't-
I think
I don't
most
get where the
valuable,
divide is.
Yeah, I think they kind of lean more towards the guy who's most valuable to the one of the more successful teams,
yeah.
because that's your best player is always your offensive player of the year and defensive player of the year. And a lot of times that's not
It doesn't feel like that,
match
right?
with MVP.
MVP should be if it's the most important person. It's like if you pulled that person off of this team, how
Mhm.
bad is it going to alter their success? Right?
Yeah.
So like if you pull Purdy off of San Fran, like I mean Jimmy G got to a Super Bowl or 2 with them.
That's
We
exactly
all know
that was the
he's
point I made this
fucking
morning to somebody I was
stinks,
talking
right?
about.
Mhm.
Yep.
But with that said, and I do think McCaffrey's the MVP of the league, if you pull McCaffrey off and you slide in, maybe they never let go of Mostert, who's killing it, or they have some sort of healthy Jeff Wilson, Debo, Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, I was gonna say
split.
healthy Elijah Mitchell. They'd still be a top
how
team.
How much does that really affect? Whereas if you go to somebody like Tyreek, you're not you're not replacing Tyreek, right? Like you're
Yeah.
not. Waddle's good, but you're just not replacing what Tyreek does.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
I
no,
hate to
that's
agree
why-
with you there. Because
No, and that's why
I think you might
Tyreek
be
would
right.
be in my top 3. Like I would have it'd be hard for me to pick between Tyreek, McCaffrey, and then one of the quarterbacks that ends up putting up with their top team.
So
who's better
so
at
by-
their position, CMC or Tyreek?
It's I feel like that question slighted a little bit because CMC plays one position, but he really plays both, right? So his
Mhm.
numbers aren't astronomical as a straight runner, whereas Tyreek's numbers are astronomical as just a straight wide receiver.
Yeah, but when I think running back, I think
Yeah, but-
receiving now too. I put that.
What
into,
I'll
Yeah.
say that though that could help Tyreek. Tyreek missed last week. Tyreek is he's less than 60 yards from total yards from scrimmage behind McCaffrey, and he's only catching the ball. He's only had 15 yards running this year.
McCaffrey, he came out early in the game. I forget what was it, ribs or his back or something. Remember, he came out in like the first half,
Yeah.
and then he was a game time decision, and played a game where he shouldn't have played too. So, I mean, I would say that's kind of a wash with what Hill did, missing a game and him
as
only
far as
playing
injuries
half a
go?
game. And
yeah, it's
yeah,
similar.
so I wouldn't hold that against CMC that Tyreek played one less game.
Well, they say the best ability is your availability, right? So I don't think you can really throw injuries into this at all.
Mhm.
But if we carry that thought process off to quarterbacks, like, I don't know. I don't like, to me, what Lamar does is so much more like player specific than what Dak does, right? Like, I just don't. Dak's in the pocket. He doesn't do anything special. He's just cut down his turnovers and they're good all around. He has a great defense. See, he's having a good year. But you're not just, you can like get another decent quarterback in that system there, all right? You're not just plugging in somebody in the Ravens and they're going to be the same team. They're
No,
just
I
not.
think that
He's a fucking freak.
Lamar's
I think
asked to do a
Lamar-
lot more.
Yeah, I would give a slight edge to Lamar in the MVP race than to
I
Dak.
think Dak lost it this past week. He looked.
Yeah, definitely.
That team just
I
looked
think
horrendous.
also if the Buffalo Bills come out and win their next 3 games,
Josh
end up
Allen's
winning
there.
that decision,
Yeah,
Josh Allen's in that conversation.
yeah, he is.
He made mistakes, but if he comes out and I mean, especially week 18, against the Dolphins. If it's for the division, that's going to be the game of the week. Or everybody's watching that game. If Josh Allen comes out and you get one of those Josh Allen games where he's just getting fucking beat up, but he's making the throws, he's taking a pounding, he's getting back up, that's going to win over a lot of people.
It is.
If-
I
if-
agree with Joe that it shouldn't be, but the quarterback is going to that's what it
I'm
is.
telling you, if Niners don't lose another game, no one will be able to overcome Purdy or CMC. If those guys
And
both
not
stay
to-
healthy and keep putting up the numbers they are, even if Allen wins the division, I don't think it's enough to overcome one of those
What
two
if he?
guys.
What if they do finish out? He wins the division and he's leading the league in touchdowns right now. I think he's at 37. If he gets to 45 touchdowns, they get into a 3 seed and he wins the division on this crazy comeback. There's
I don't see it.
there's just nobody that's pulling away. I think it's Purdy's like the first odds-on favorite of the year, but like no one's pulling away. He's got to be, and along that same process, you're not pulling Josh Allen out and plugging in some random quarterback and doing what he does. It's just
No.
not
Yeah,
happening.
not at all, no.
don't get me wrong. I think he would be in the discussion at that point, but I don't think they can do anything enough if 49ers win out and take the 1 seed in the NFC. I don't think anybody could do enough to
I mean,
overtake either one of those
I
two
think
guys.
Mahomes and Josh Allen are probably the 2 most valuable players in the NFL. But if we're going the entire season, CMC and Tyreek Hill have been more consistent. That's really what
But
it is.
it doesn't go by season. You know, these voters, they're gonna what happened down the stretch when it mattered, because those are the games that get remembered, and those are the games that, although they don't actually mean more, every game is the same. It's just like when you score a touchdown and make a mistake in the fourth quarter, they do count more towards this.
It's just human nature. That's all that is. Yeah. I do want to say that James Cook, I was looking up stats. He is 5th right now. At running back for points scored this year.
Yeah, this past week
that's
boosted
back
him a
in
lot.
that's back in first round next year though, is it not? I mean, usually 5 to 6 running backs go in the first round.
I said yes.
Yeah.
I think he is.
But
I
there's-
kind of let it go.
There's people coming back from injury next year too that are going to play into that mix as well. I mean, if Nick Chubb has a nice preseason or he's looking good in the
I'm
training
taking
camp
Cook
or
over
whatever,
Chubb
then-
next year. Cook's more dynamic. Catches the ball a
I
lot
do
more.
think I do think the Bills will bring in some competition. He still struggles in pass protection. Like he got all those carries because he was in the game to run. He's not going to get all those snaps in games where they're passing a lot. He still does struggle there, and I don't think he's slight enough that I think that they're going to bring in somebody to balance him out.
So
It's
you
his
think he
job.
could be a Tony Pollard type then, where he just kind of falls off a little bit? And,
No, I mean I think it's his job. I think that whoever comes in.
well, it's
is
still
gonna be,
Tony's
like,
job
there
too.
for-
It's just he's not the
but
same guy.
it's Tony's job this year for the first time ever.
Yeah,
Right. And now we're seeing what he does as a lead back. Whereas
All right,
this
I got a
is
question
James
for
Cook's
you.
Whole year.
Doug, stop. I gotta stop real quick. Doug, I am recording that clip because if Nick Chubb comes back healthy, that is ludicrous.
You're not picking James Cook over him.
Ludicrous.
I don't know, honestly, because you have to look into the future. Like
we
Chubb-
will have a bet next year.
It's
We will
fine.
have
It's
our,
fine.
If Nick Chubb
Yeah,
is
yeah,
healthy,
yeah.
we
We
will have
also
our
all
first bet
thought
ready to go
Eckler was
next
going to
year.
be the number 2 running back on the year. You thought he was going to
He
be
was
the
gonna
number
be
1
the number
running
one.
back on the year, Joe.
I did.
Yeah, Kellen Moore's a fucking idiot, and I
That's-
should have thought about that.
That's fine, but also, these running backs, they fall off cliffs.
Yeah, but you're not
Oh,
changing
yeah.
anything. You got the same system. Cleveland's gonna have the same system with a strong offensive line again.
Jerome
So-
Ford's going to have a role if he's still there.
Doug, what about Kyron Williams? You're taking him over him, right?
Yes. Yep. He's
I
6
think
right
he's
now.
pushed out. I think he's pushed out.
I think
That's a
Chubb's
good
out of the
question.
first round. Yeah.
No, not Chubb. I'm
No,
saying
he's
he's
talking about
saying
James Cook.
Oh no,
Yeah, James Cook, yeah.
I do think Chubb's pushed out of the first round. I think a lot of people, especially in PPR.
Yeah,
He was
I don't think
almost
he's not
pushed
even gonna
out
be- I
this
don't think
year.
he'll be ready. Yeah, he's not even going to be ready.
Yeah.
Probably for camps and shit. Like, I
Exactly,
don't think
Mike.
he's
He
going up
was
there.
almost pushed out this year. He was back in.
Yeah.
I'm with Doug where I think that Cook will go ahead of Chubb next year. It's just he's old and injured. Like,
Yep.
doesn't mean he's
Yeah.
a bad running back. It's
No,
just
no, not
if you're
at all.
drafting somebody.
I think he's the
probably gonna
best
take
pure
Chubb.
running back in the NFL when he's healthy. But
No, I mean, the word pure running back, you just mean like downhill running back? Because
yeah,
I
it's
think
him
in
and Derrick
today's
Henry.
game-
It's him and Derrick Henry, but I think it's
I-
Chubb more than
in
Henry
today's
now.
game, I think a running back isn't what it was before. I'm still going to say CMC is the best pure running back. He just does everything.
No, I just mean running. Yeah. No, I was just talking
Yeah.
about CMC is the best all around running
I
back.
feel like what Chubb was on pace for is being underestimated.
Yeah, dude, but he's like 27 or 28 and just
He's-
tore
yeah, he's
another
even-
ACL.
Yeah, he was
Again,
drafted
I
the
think
same
it-
round
I
as Sonny
think-
Michel, who just
Again,
retired
I
last
said
year.
if he comes back healthy, so like I'm not saying
Right, but
he's
that's you're just
definitely-
like throwing out that he's going to come back 100% on draft day. Like that's
No,
not.
no,
well,
I'm not.
that's
I'm
gonna
not. No. I'm not saying he's going to. It was an if way before when I said the first thing. I said if he comes back healthy.
I got one more question for you.
Smells
Doug.
like a bet. Go ahead.
Arthur Smith gets
Spin the wheel.
fired. James Cook or Bijan Robinson?
happen. Who gets hired? Is it Ken Dorsey who refuses to run the
I'll
ball?
say Bijan. I don't know about Doug. But
I'll take Bijan because of the talent. I
Yeah,
mean, he's
yeah,
he's
yeah.
a workhorse.
All right, so so he's out. He's out of the first round. You know,
So-
I mean, these are people that aren't top 5 that you're going to pick over him.
I know James
Because-
Cook is out of the first round.
Yeah.
There's it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen, because there's been some bet talk, me and Doug have to break some news to you guys.
Oh yeah, okay, Joe.
So I offered Doug a buyout on the tight end, on the rookie tight end bet.
Yeah. And I took it and
So-
ran.
And Doug took it and ran.
What the fuck?
So
Soft.
Doug, I owed Doug $100 for the Kyler Murray old bet that we had. So I allowed Doug to buy out if he wanted to.
He knew you were going to be
He
mad.
took immediately. I said Rossi was going to be mad, so I said we're not going to announce it till we're on the podcast because Rossi's
No,
going to be so
That's
mad. and bitter.
bullshit.
Hey,
We made a bet live on air.
It's between
You
the
can't
two of
buy
us,
it
though.
out.
And
It's between
and
the
the
two
bet
of
is
us.
between us,
Yeah.
and I offered him a buyout, and
Yeah.
he took it.
I took
People
the buyout.
wanted to see that chest shaved. We promised them that video.
No, no.
I offered him a buyout, man. It's between us. He got his buyout, and he took
Andy,
it.
speak your mind. Come on, speak your mind.
Well, for one thing, I know
Yeah.
there's.
I'm not
So-
saying it's not weak. I'm not
Wrong.
saying it's not weak,
Weak
but if
is
I can help
wrong.
my pocket, I'll help my pocket.
Yeah, there was also I wasn't the
Doug.
only waxing bet, by the way. There was another one out
Right.
there. I just don't know who it was.
it
me
was
and Mike.
me. It's
Oh,
me
okay.
and Andy.
Oh, and what
It's who
was
has
it-
more
what was that
targets,
bet?
It's
Amari
and they
Cooper
have
or
no
Elijah
chest
Moore?
hair.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, this kid, and not only am I not offering a buyout or accepting a buyout, this dude has 3 chest hair, 3 of them, 3
Not.
hairs. I
I
got
have a
He's got
lot
as many
right
chest
here.
hairs as he
You know
does
how
nipples.
bad
all
this is
right
gonna suck if
here.
I lose? I have so
It's
much.
all a
fucking
big
chest
V.
hair.
No,
Yeah.
I got a forest. I would have been crying on the table. It wouldn't have been a pretty sight.
Let's get an update
Man.
on that. I think you're kicking my ass now. Yeah, you won this. You're up 19 targets.
All right, let's not do the black magic, the Cody fucking.
No,
Oh,
it's
I already
113 to
lost.
94
It's over.
with 3 weeks left. So come on.
113
Oh
to
well, I
94.
won. Shut the fuck up.
Oh shit!
You know what? That did work for my team this week, though, right? When I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, hey.
So,
And I knew you
No,
thought that right
Doug,
when I said it, Andy.
I
That
think
was- I
let's see
can't
you as a
stand it.
man. Like,
28.
honestly, just
Oh,
be a
stop.
man of the bet.
Oh, no,
Joe-
he
Joe-
offered me. He offered me. No, I'm taking that offer.
Because
No.
$100 was on. It's on the wheel. We didn't get that one. You should be able to. You shouldn't be able to switch it. The wheel is the
It's a
wheel.
buyout.
You
It's a
should be able to
buyout
switch it.
between the 2 people involved with the bet. He took it, and
Hey,
I
guys,
had
Guys, we're the People's Fantasy Football Podcast, right? Why don't we leave it to the people if this
because
is,
it's already
if this
done.
is legal or not?
Mike and his
it's-
20
there's no
burner
voting.
accounts.
Yeah.
So I got 20 votes right here. That says you guys should go through.
All right. No, enough of this. Let's get to our last segment. We can talk about. We can discuss this more. Another Christmas segment, another holiday segment is what we're going with, right?
Oh yeah, we're doing Mount Rushmore.
We're doing Mount Rushmore.
Oh,
So Andy's
in,
Mount
in the
Rushmore.
holiday spirit,
Let's do it.
we're doing your
End it with a
4
bang.
Mount Rushmore holidays. And earlier on Rapid Fire, Doug's question was Christmas. Best holiday. And I sold that shit because Christmas Eve is my number 1 holiday of the year. I fucking love
Oh.
Christmas Eve.
Is that a different holiday?
It is. It is to me. It's the best day of my year every year. I get to see so many good people. I start drinking at about 9 a.m. I don't stop drinking until about 5 a.m. and I get to see the whole family. It's fantastic. But keep it going because I got to name 3 more. Nothing even close to Christmas Eve. Number 2, Labor Day weekend. Rounding out the summer. Always fantastic. We are in the Northeast and I don't know, it's just a fantastic beach weather. Fantasy football drafts are always kind of around there. Sometimes you get 2 or 3 in a weekend, and you just get to see the boys get after it and talk nonsense. Number 3 for me is Independence Day, 4th of July. As I said, in the Northeast, summers are short. The holidays are always a blast. Barbecues, cornhole, drinking beers. All my holidays seem to revolve around drinking now that I'm saying this out loud.
Might have a problem.
It's all catching up to me. But it's fucking fantastic. And then lastly is Halloween. But that's just because I love a good horror flick. So, and back when you're single, all the outfits and such. But,
I was wondering where he was going with that.
Let's elaborate on that.
Yeah. That's it. That's my Mount Rushmore. Those are my 4 favorites.
All right, I like he went off the board a little bit. That was interesting.
Yeah, I would have never separated Christmas Eve and Christmas. I lump them together.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like
Dude,
you can't
Christmas-
beat that time.
Christmas is brutal, dude. I gotta get up. I gotta go. see
Well,
all
you're
the little cousins.
hungover as
They're
shit.
all fucking screaming.
seriously.
You're fucking hungover as a
I got
motherfucker.
sunglasses
Kids
on.
do that.
I'm 5
You're like
Advil
that.
deep.
That parent, and you're just gonna have your coffee all fucked up while your kids are open, and you're just be like, "Shut the fuck up."
No idea what's in the
No clue what's
It's
in the
Christmas.
What did I
I
do
do
last
like
night?
I like your Labor Day in there because I would throw Memorial Day weekend in there for the same type of thing. It's you're starting to
Kick
kick
off.
off summer. Golf season's starting to get in full swing, and that's when cookouts are starting to happen. That's like the first big cookout weekend, and that's like my favorite thing to do in the summertime is cookouts with the guys and fucking playing bags or can jam. Oh yeah, good times.
Was
Love
Thanksgiving
Memorial Day.
even considered in the top 4?
No, I'm
It's
not a
not
big
for me.
Thanksgiving guy.
No.
Me either, man. So
I
Thanksgiving.
I like
it's
food and
never
football,
been big
so-
with my family. Yeah, we have way more food on Christmas and better food. So
Okay.
I mean, I'll take Christmas Eve or Christmas over the food on Thanksgiving any day of the week for me.
Mike, what's your top 4? You got 4?
I'll take Super Bowl Sunday, Masters Sunday,
Not a
FIFA
holiday.
World Cup.
Okay. Yeah.
Those
Those
are
aren't the
holidays.
I was going to ask that
I-
though. Like,
I love Masters.
yeah, is the fantasy football draft a holiday to all of us?
It
Because
should
kind
be,
of right.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not a national holiday. It's a holiday though.
That's
for
the
us,
most
yeah.
fun day right there.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
great day.
If Christmas Eve is separate from Christmas, I'm gonna pull the dad card, and I'm a divorced dad. So whatever day, if I have my kids on Christmas Eve, I'll pick that one. If I have my kids on Christmas Day, I'll pick that one. Whatever day I get to wake up and watch my kids open
It's the right
presents,
choice.
That's
Mike.
that's the right choice. Yeah.
What about
all
your
about the
Christmas Day
kids.
dubs? You fucking loser.
No,
Fucking
that
such a
is
loser. Thank you,
unbelievable.
Andy.
Woo.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for bringing that up.
for chiming in
Yeah.
and in agreeing with me and
I
Doug.
just-
That
First
was
of all-
so
threw that in the
fucking
text.
stupid.
I love that he threw that in the text, and you two were just like, "What?"
I wanna go
Immediately, I
out-
knew what he was talking about.
I knew
no
what he
idea.
I thought I knew what he meant. I
I
never thought
honestly
about
didn't.
that.
I just
ever.
wanna go on record
That would
and say-
never be a thought process.
It wasn't.
Put
It
that
wasn't
in there.
me. It wasn't my thought. It was Zach. Andy, you know Zach. Zach said you should have Christmas Day noobs on there, and I was like, "Wow, that's a great."
Wait a
Great
second.
point.
How many people are you discussing this
We
podcast
won't-
with?
we
Yeah, he's
can't
not even
discuss the
discussing it
topics.
with.
If I
Yeah.
discuss the topic, it's no good.
Well,
but
not
this
even
random
discussing it
dude
with Joe
online
and
that
Andy.
you
He's
gave
talking
with-
to
When my
Random.
coworkers walk into my office and I got a big fucking list of Christmas things, they ask questions about it, So, yeah, I
All right,
told him what was going on. He
Fucking
said that should be
video
on it.
game noobs. Yeah.
That
One more-
is-
one
it's
more
a-
thing.
It's a
New-
real thing.
New Year's Eve. That's nobody's. That's on mine.
No,
I
I
like
got
to-
It
bad,
used to
bad
be.
memories. Bad memories on New Year's
Oh
Eve.
really? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I spent one not a great place.
go on.
What was his name?
It was cold and it was cold and it was boxed. I'll tell you that. That's all you need to know.
Well, you were going the wrong direction that night, weren't you? On the way home.
Yep. On the wrong direction. Definitely thought 195 was 146 and it wasn't good. We're gonna leave it at that.
Honestly, it could have happened to any one of us. So.
But also, now that we're talking about the Christmas thing, Doug, how did you not know what like the cookie tray is?
I have no idea
Yeah,
what cookie tray
seriously.
is. Cookie swap, I
Dude,
know.
You
I have
live in
no
Rhode
idea.
Island. Yeah, okay. And you come home with she
That's
comes home
it.
with a cookie tray. Like that's the cookie
No,
tray.
I
Or you
asked-
go to
I
a
asked
bakery,
my wife.
any
She didn't know what
bakery
that
in
meant
Rhode
either.
Island.
And,
Any
and
bakery
I
in Rhode
googled
Island
it.
you go to.
I even googled it. Cookie tray just comes up. Cookie trays.
But so go to a Rhode Island bakery.
No,
and
Christmas
that's-
cookie
from
tray.
now-
Do it.
From now until fucking Christmas, every bakery in Rhode Island is gonna have these plastic bags that are tied with a red ribbon that have
Mhm.
shitloads of different cookies in them.
What's your? I'm a big fan of molasses cookies. I fucking
fig.
love them.
I want
Yeah,
the
they're
fig.
good.
You want the
I want
fig?
the fig roll. Fig roll.
What's the
with
kiss
dip it in
cookie?
coffee.
What's the kiss cookie called?
Oh, peanut
Oh
butter
yeah,
kiss.
yeah. The peanut butter kiss cookie. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah. Peanut butter balls too. I'm not peanut butter balls.
You
Butter
would.
balls.
There's
Yeah.
so
Butter
many.
balls.
I'm a cookie
Give that
monster.
man any
That's my
type of
favorite.
ball.
Give me. I want the regat biscuits. Give me the regat biscuits. So the egg biscuits with
yeah.
regat in them, they're fucking fire.
Doug has no idea what these cookies are.
No, I have no idea.
Nah,
what that
he's
is.
got no idea.
I stopped listening to
No
it.
idea.
Gingerbread cookies, I like.
Molasses.
bread is-
That's molasses. Yeah.
No, molasses is different. That's a
But
little bit different.
there's molasses in gingerbread cookies. What
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
I know what molasses cookie is. I don't know what the hell Joe's spouting. But
Dude. Wandy's, pit sales.
Oh, good pizza.
The pit sale with a coffee in the morning on Christmas morning. Fucking perfect.
all right, enough of this Italian shit. Good show, boys.
Well, and is that
Doug-
in that
yeah,
coffee?
Doug-
Maybe some
Doug
buca?
has fucking potatoes and he gets mad at us. Oh, a potato
That's the
cookie.
problem. I had an Irish family.
You got fried potato, baked potato cookie.
Sometimes I mash them. Sometimes I whip them.
They're all going to cookie.
I don't even know where this is going anymore.
Do you have any holiday cookies besides like gingerbread and sugar, which are lame?
I mean, any cookie that someone hands me, I'll eat.
That's a good man.
You know,
Good man.
I respect it.
yeah.
How about the magic bars? Magic bars are
Magic
delicious.
bars. Oh, so fucking good.
Mm.
Doug, you know what a magic bar is?
No, what is that?
Oh my god.
It's like the
Jesus
chocolate
Christ.
coconut.
You were a deprived
Oh,
child.
I
Doug.
know that. It's like chocolate chips in it, right?
Yeah.
Like the chips are
Cracker
like,
crust.
yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good one. That is a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
I just don't know the names. I'm sure I've partaken in all these. All right, boys. Good show.
Oh,
Merry Christmas to
That was
everyone
good.
out there.
yeah,
Merry
man.
Christmas,
Merry
fellas.
Christmas, everybody.
guys.
So
Merry
for
Christmas, Merry
Mike
Christmas.
G Money, Andrew Garganese, I'm Doug. We'll see you guys next time. Later.
Peace.
Later, fellas.